on Nightside, a North Pines Middle School mom wants changes at the school after a student makes a hit list.
Snow is coming this weekend. I'll help you plan your weekend around the storm.
Washington wants to find out why men go to jail, take their own lives, and suffer drug addiction more than women. You're watching 4 News Now Nightside.
Me as a mom, I'm terrified. I'm terrified for what all these kids are going through in school right now. I truly am.
Well, last weekend, a North Pines Middle School student used another student's name to make online threats. Some parents still have questions about how the situation was handled and what happens from here. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Aaron Luna.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. The online threat was ultimately determined to be unfounded by law enforcement, and North Pines Middle School was open on Tuesday with extra security out of an abundance of caution. New on Nightside, Rania Kaur joins us with the questions some parents still have moving forward.
Aaron, Kirsten, the student who made the threats wasn't at school on Tuesday. While the investigation continues, the parents I spoke to still don't feel like they can trust the school's leaders at North Pines Middle School to keep their children safe. It's a Snapchat that spread rapidly through the North Pines Middle School community last weekend. The message reads, "Want to see the AK I'ma bring to school on Tuesday?" followed by a picture. The student who sent that threat also made a list of students he wanted to shoot.
These are 6th graders, and it baffles my mind. It's sickening. It's horrible.
Tessa's daughter goes to North Pines.
It's a terrifying thing. Like, everybody wants their kid to come home safe and healthy and alive.
The director of safety and security for the Central Valley School District, Brian Asmus, says he heard about the threat on Sunday.
And if we were not confident that there was not a credible threat, we would not have opened school.
That doesn't make Tessa feel much better.
The parents that have seen those texts understand how real it actually was and is.
Tessa says she's lost trust.
This last instance that happened with North Pines, I don't feel comfortable.
And she wants answers.
This is a thing that's happened now. It was prevented. How do we move forward? And what are the protocols going to be from here on out? Like, what can we do?
So there's a criminal investigation being conducted by the Sheriff's Office that involves some serious, potentially felony crimes. The school, right, is working on their disciplinary model that they have for the actions that happened.
Whilst Tessa's daughter is back in class, it's anything but back to normal for her.
I'm terrified. I'm terrified for what all these kids are going through in school right now. I truly am.
In Spokane Valley tonight, Rania Kaur, 4 News Now.
In the U.S., about 1 in 33 babies is born with a birth defect. That's according to the CDC. Birth defects are a leading cause of infant death. Some defects are preventable, others are not. Experts say early intervention is critically important. There are steps those who are pregnant can take to reduce the risk of birth defects.
Women have no idea what their risk is or anything about birth defects.
The nonprofit March of Dimes says taking 400 micrograms of folic acid before and during early pregnancy can help lower the risk, as can seeing a healthcare provider at the beginning of pregnancy, where medications and medical history can be reviewed. Also, expectant mothers should avoid drugs, smoking, and alcohol while pregnant.
New on Nightside, a warning from an unlikely source saved a pregnant woman's life and the life of her unborn baby. Jessie Kelly was rushed to the hospital after her Apple Watch warned her that something was wrong.
Laying in bed, not feeling well. I didn't know if it was my morning sickness coming back, my 3rd trimester, or if it was because I was getting my son's stomach flu. And so I wasn't doing any sort of activity, so I thought it was really odd that it was telling me my heart rate was going over 120 beats per minute.
Well, she still had a few weeks until her due date, and she says her Apple Watch kept chirping at her that her heart rate was high. This warning appeared on her screen that you saw, and she arrived at the hospital in full labor. Her blood pressure was dropping, and she was losing blood because of a pregnancy complication known as placenta abruption. But 3 hours later, a healthy baby was born. Her message to smartwatch owners.
Listen to it. It's not just a, text message, help you find your phone alert. It's to pay attention to it and to listen, to your body.
Following up on a story we brought you first last night on Nightside, a bill that would make clergy members mandatory reporters is headed to the House. Currently, they're not required to report child abuse.
Lawmakers passed the bill with an amendment. Clergy who hear about abuse during confession now have to report it. Originally, the bill contained an exception. Clergy members would not have to report abuse if they learned about it during confession, but that exception was hotly debated.
We heard the message from our elders that we needed to circle the wagons, not to report the abuse. And the trouble is, that kind of message hides abuse, and it doesn't get children the help that they need.
We're saying that, okay, so we're going into a confidential setting, which is, a confession with clergy, but it's only kind of confidential. When we lose the confidentiality.
Well, ultimately, an amendment did pass to drop that exception, so the clergy members are legally required to report abuse no matter how they found out about it. Next, the bill will head to the House floor for a vote.
It's been a calm couple of days in your forecast. Things about to change for Saturday as we see some snow move into the inland northwest. Our reward, though, the back end of the weekend is looking pretty darn nice. Right now, it is quiet across the inland northwest, but you see these clouds off in the Pacific. This is our snowmaker, and it is going to be showing up early in the morning on the west side. In the meantime, we are going to see low clouds and fog continue to spread across the region. It's been a little patchy, but we're starting to see some areas of fog develop right now around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and we'll see more around the I-90 corridor as we head through the night. Lows for tonight, temperatures in the mid-20s around the region. As we get into the afternoon, we'll start off with a little bit of wintry mix, temperatures in the middle and upper 30s. As we start to cool off in the late afternoon and early evening, we will see that snow begin to track across the region. Where we see those warmer temperatures, places like Coeur d'Alene and Pullman in the upper 30s. Once again, a good opportunity for us to start off as a little bit of rain, but it's going to flip over to snow fairly quickly. Really difficult pass travel conditions in the Cascades in the morning. Absolutely a no-go. Avoid if you can, and make your plans accordingly. As we head through that kind of middle portion of the day, here it comes between about 3 p.m. and about 7 or 8 o'clock. That's going to be the snow time around Spokane and around Coeur d'Alene, with some light snow showers continuing into the evening. Not expecting a whole lot of snow accumulation here. We may get up into that 2, maybe 3-inch range around Coeur d'Alene, around the higher benches. Around Spokane, I'm expecting an inch or less. So not a whole lot of snow, but certainly enough to make things a little bit slippery on your Saturday night. So something to keep in mind. Sunday, as I mentioned, looking pretty good. Slight chance of a couple of showers for Monday. The rest of the week, though, high pressure takes back over. More cloudy and foggy conditions.
Thank you, Matt. Well, 3 Colorado police officers and 2 paramedics faced a judge today on charges of manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide in the death of Elijah McClain, an unarmed black man who died in police custody as he was walking home from the store in 2019.
All 5 pleaded not guilty to 32 counts in total. They were indicted in the fall after an amended autopsy revealed the 23-year-old died of an overdose of ketamine that was administered by law enforcement during his forcible restraint. Police body camera footage shows the incident unfold. Officers stopping McClain on the street after they got a 911 call about a suspicious person. McClain's family says he wore a ski mask because his anemia often left him cold. Officers struggling to detain McClain, then putting him in a chokehold after claiming he'd tried to grab one of their guns.
I can't breathe. I'm just different. It's awful. I'm so sorry.
Your gun, dude.
I have no gun.
That's where I tried karate.
Paramedics later injecting McClain with ketamine, a powerful sedative. The coroner said the dosage was too high for his weight, resulting in an overdose. McClain stopped breathing and died 3 days later. His death sparked nationwide protests and several changes to Colorado state laws surrounding police use of force.
Spokane police say they've taken more than half a pound of cocaine off the streets. You can see it in this photo. Police also found ammunition, $15,000 in cash, and 4 vehicles. They arrested 20-year-old Devin Robinson and 20-year-old Shane Winston. Both face multiple charges. Winston is being held on $1 million bond. Tonight, a Washington lawmaker is proposing new legislation to address troubling new statistics about the male population in Washington state.
Well, this bill is driven by new data that is coming to light. Men account for 80% of suicides in Washington. Here's a look at some of the other trends this bill examines. In Washington, men account for 63% of the homeless population, 67% of overdose deaths, 88% of inmate incarcerated in county, city, or tribal jails, and 94% of those in Department of Corrections facilities. The question is, why are these statistics so disproportionately dominated by men? Author and therapist Michael Gurian says it's a complicated issue, but these problems are often deeply rooted in what he calls the abandonment of male development, essentially the manner in which boys are raised and educated, and the trauma that many of them deal with. Part of that trauma stems from attachment disorders like growing up without a parent. James Burrow, who was formerly homeless, can attest to the ripple effects that kind of childhood can cause.
At first I was living in my car, which was hard to do. And then I ended up losing my car, having it parking in the wrong place, and started camping. Then it got really cold. You know, I grew up without a dad. You know, just not a very good childhood.
The Bureau tells us many of the homeless people in Spokane share a similar backstory of feeling isolated and abandoned early in life. Joshua Phillips has pleaded guilty to the murder of his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Dewey, and the attempted murder of her 5-year-old daughter on April 11, 2021. Phillips is scheduled to be sentenced on February 3rd.
New on Nightside. If you've ever wished you could step through the screen into your favorite TV show, a couple of Airbnb hosts have made it possible. Sort of. Here we go. This is the Sitcom Suites. It's a bunch of Airbnbs that come equipped with all your favorite things about shows except the characters.
You know, it might be fun to actually like go see a set, and what would be even neat, like even cooler, would be to actually sit in a set, to be able to like live in the set. Really wanted it to feel like you were literally on a set. If you look at most of these sets, the walls don't go all the way up.
Well, the Friends and Seinfeld-themed Airbnbs are both replicas of the TV classics, and you can see they come with all the memorabilia. Finding all the furnishings, pictures, and more to match was quite a challenge. It took more than 3 months of work and trips to 7 different states, exploring thrift stores, antique shops, Facebook Marketplace, and Craigslist, but they never forgot why they were doing it.
I want them to come here and binge watch Friends and just have time with your friends.
I want people to sort of have that nostalgic, oh, I remember when, or I remember that, or I was doing that at that time. So it's like a feeling, and I think it'll be unique to every person, but in essence, just sort of taking you back to a time and place.
Well, coming up after the break, Alex Crescenti and Julian Minnesota have all the latest local scores in our 4 News Now Friday Night Sports Extra. You don't want to miss it.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app. 4 News Now is brought to you by Carpet Barn.
The 35th annual Inland Northwest RV Show is on now through Sunday at the Spokane Fairgrounds. 6 gigantic dealers, hundreds of RVs, incredible show prices, low financing, and high trade-ins. Now through Sunday, Spokane Fairgrounds with free parking.
Come on, Lucky Charm. Enough with the textbook.
You're up 1,100 and I got a test tomorrow.
What's more important, me winning a jackpot today or your entire future sometime in the future? Besides, how hard could it be? Go ahead, quiz me.
Fine. What's the square root of 349?
18.682. I just wasted my luck, didn't I?
I feel safer when you're in the building.
Over 10,000 stars.
History making.
5 U.S. presidents.
The funny man.
Yes. And 20 years of explosive, iconic, heartfelt.
You sure about that?
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
Over the years, your floor can take a beating. From those indoor soccer matches to late-night parties, it's important to choose a quality product that will last a lifetime and add elegance to your home. Nobody has a better selection at a better price than the Hometown Pros at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop for wood.
At Windsor Plywood, they will help you pick it out, give you great tips on how to install it, and even give you ideas for other upgrades. It's a one-stop shop that's got it all.
Windsor Plywood.
Not so fast, Omicron. New updated COVID boosters are now available to ages 6 months and older. So maximize your protection against Omicron and help reduce the spread. Book your updated booster with your pharmacy or healthcare provider.
The 35th annual Inland Northwest RV Show is on now through Sunday at the Spokane Fairgrounds. 6 gigantic dealers, hundreds of RVs, incredible show prices, low financing, and high trade-ins. Now through Sunday, Spokane Fairgrounds with free parking.
4 News Now is brought to you by Ironstone Furniture and Fire.
Live from the 4 News Now studios in downtown Spokane and streaming on KXLY+. This is Friday Night Sports Extra, Hoops Edition, brought to you by Sturm Heating and Cooling. Here are your hosts, Julian Mininsone and Alex Crescenti.
Oh, welcome into Friday Night Sports Extra. Julian Mininsone, Alex Crescenti. The voice guy already told you that, though. Another exciting night of high school hoops and some big-time players in action tonight, Alex.
Yeah, a lot of regional games going on here, a lot of divisional rivalries happening as we're in really the thick of it where, you know, make or break of the playoffs is not around the corner for a lot of these teams. But one of the teams that was in action is the top team in the state, as Lewiston was traveling up to Coeur d'Alene to face the #1 in the state, like I just said, the Lake City Timberwolves. Opening minutes of the game, Colton Mitchell will drive to the basket, is going to get the layup to go down, and the Timberwolves are up early. Bengals hanging around, though. Carson Wade can't get past the bigs of Lake City, instead pulls up for the difficult jumper and sinks it. But Lake City plays with so much tempo, it's just hard to keep up. Mitchell's going to throw this one like an outfielder throws to home, finds Reese Strawn, who tosses it up to the big man, Blake Buchanan, there for the dunk, his first basket of the game. Now the closing seconds of the first quarter, Mitchell again at this time with a Kemba step back 3, beats the buzzer. He said, I got fouled. It doesn't matter because Lake City goes on to win this one. Big, another double-digit victory for them.
Yeah, big-time win for them. Now, the first game of the night over at Lake City, the 5th-ranked Timberwolves welcoming in Lewiston on the girls' side. Started the second half, Bengals down big, but Reese DeGroot leading the charge, sinks the corner 3. But a couple possessions later, it's DeGroot again. Left wide open in the corner. Don't do that. Nails the triple. She would have 8 points in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter alone. But Lake City offense was just simply too much. Emberlyn Reynolds gets trapped, but eventually finds Avery Waddington for the easy lay-in. Timberwolves also showing off the range as Sophia Zufeld doesn't even need a dribble to knock down the 3 from the top of the arc, and the Lake City girls, Alex, they run away with this one. Both Lake City teams get the win. The girls win it on this side 76-45.
You know, we're going to stay over in Idaho for now. Over in Post Falls, the Lady Trojans were hosting one of the top teams in the state as they faced off against Coeur d'Alene. In the first quarter, Tegan Colvin's going to find Madison Simmons in the open lane. She finishes with the layup. Now, a few minutes later, it's going to be Madison Mitchell driving to the basket here. This was a really nice play. A little touch on the ball as she drives and just gets it to go down. Oh, it's just beautiful there. The Vikings still in control of this game. Colvin has been a huge addition for Coeur d'Alene this season. You can see it like with shots like this. Sinks the corner 3. Now, Post Falls was just trying to stay in this game at this point. Brittany Sims helps by getting a 3 of her own, but large hole to climb out of, to say the least. Off the Vikings fast break, Kelsey Carl, the heads-up play to Kendall Omlin, finishes on the other end with the bucket. And this one got out of hand early as Post Falls falls by 24 points there tonight.
Staying in Post Falls, the Trojan boys taking on a Vikings team coming off a tough loss last week to Lake City. In the third quarter we go. Post Falls down, but moving quickly. Neil McCarthy will pull up and knock down the long 2, like the handles too, Mr. McCarthy. Vikings, they go to work though. It'll be Alexander Nip going one-on-one with the defender and says, look at that turnaround, knocks down the jumper. But then Carter Rupp, he's going to get left wide open in the corner. And look at that.
splash with the corner three. He extends the lead for Coeur d'Alene, but Trojans not surrendering just yet, though. Is off the pick and roll. Tyrus Blake drains the triple to keep them in shouting distance, but the Vikings just too much on the night as Nip receives the pass with a little bounce and finish at the rim. Coeur d'Alene wins it 62-50. The Vikings improved to 11-4 on the season.
Not too many close games over on the Idaho side of the border, but Washington, did it prove to be a little bit better tonight?
Yeah, we would see coming up after the break. We will have those Washington high school highlights from the Spokane and Spokane Valley areas when Friday Night Sports Extra returns. Don't go anywhere.
Later tonight on Nightline, the brutal murder of a young mother. Her 7-year-old daughter witnesses the ghastly crime. How police unravel a twisted murder-for-hire plot, and our exclusive prison interview with one of the killers.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
The 35th annual Inland Northwest RV Show is on now through Sunday at the Spokane Fairgrounds. 6 gigantic dealers, hundreds of RVs, incredible show prices, low financing, and high trade-ins. Now through Sunday, Spokane Fairgrounds with free parking.
More furniture is ringing in the new year with incredible savings.
With store-wide sale pricing, it's easy to find the best values to outfit your home for 2023. And right now, you'll get 60 months interest-free financing.
Create the bedroom of your dreams, gather the family in a dreamy new dining room, or relax in style with oversized comfort.
All with 60 months interest-free financing during the New Year's sale at More Furniture. Visit morefurniture.com to preview all sales special.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXOY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Tax season is here, and there are some important changes you need to know about.
Which COVID-related credits are being phased out? What should you look for on your return? And where can you get help in filing?
We are getting answers for you Monday on Good Morning Northwest.
At Cal, you'll never know what you'll find. Classic cars, tricked-out high-performance trucks, sporty low-mileage SUVs, and reliable fun rides.
We always have cool rides at SoFast.
Chevy, Ford, Dodge, Toyota, Mercedes, BMW.
If you need a certain style of vehicle, we will find it for you. Plus, every rig comes with a 1-month, 1,000-mile warranty.
And $50 down is all you need.
The inventory changes quickly because we price them right.
The 35th annual Inland Northwest RV Show is on now through Sunday at the Spokane Fairgrounds. 6 gigantic dealers, hundreds of RVs, incredible show prices, low financing, and high trade-ins. Now through Sunday, Spokane Fairgrounds with free parking.
4 News Now is brought to you by Rebath Spokane.
Welcome back to Friday Night Sports Extra. Julian Minnesone alongside Alex Crescenti here. So we've done the Idaho highlights.
Yep.
But there were some big games tonight in Spokane area. 2 teams that are kind of on different sides of the block here. Shadle Park struggling a little bit. West Valley, though, coming in with just 1 loss this season.
That's potential state tournament team right there, West Valley.
Yeah, we're going to take it up with the boys' highlights here. West Valley, Shadle Park. West Valley might as well called the all-shoe team. Look at the heat on the feet right there. Ashton Zettel with 2 different colored shoes. Love the swag there.
The hair.
And the hair to boot. And then look at this. Ben Freed brought out those crazy colored kicks. I guess the saying is look good, play good, right? That's exactly what West Valley did tonight. Noah Gadd-Lewis cashes it in from 3-point range. But check this out. On the other end, peep the move by Shadle Park's Jacob Boston. Had dudes on ice skates out there. But it was West Valley's night tonight. Grady Walker. Great game for Mr. Walker. Had a game-high 21 points, including that big-time triple. West Valley takes care of business. 68-48 is the final score. Hey, Eagles, they improved to 13-1 on the season and remain undefeated in league play. Like you said, Alex, potential state playoff team brewing up over there at West Valley.
That's right. State team from last year, the West Valley girls, also hosting Shadle Park. And West Valley led after the first quarter, but this was where the Highlanders go to work. They respond in a big way as they force a turnover, and they're off to the races. Tamira Thompson somehow gets it to go and the foul. West Valley's turn, though. Chloe DeHaro. She's just been lighting it up all season long. DeHaro can't get the jumper there, but gets it back and scores. She had a game-high 30 points, certainly on her way to first-team All-League there. But Shadle Park was clicking on offense. Great ball movement by the Highlanders. Thompson dime to Kylie Archer, gets the shooter's bounce, and Shadle Park wins this one 58-42, sits one game behind Clarkston for first place in the GSL 2A standings.
And a 20-plus point game for Kylie Archer there, too, tonight. Ridgeline boys visiting Ferris tonight. We start with Ferris with the ball early on in this game. Patrick Murphy finds Dylan Scaife, collects the ball, easy enough, puts it up and in, and scores for the Saxons. But Ridgeline would respond on the other end. Dakota Means right there nails the three-pointer for the Falcons, but Ferris came right back. Here's a Saxons turn. Reese Snellman had a big game the other night, and he drops it off to Jordan Taylor, who waits patiently and gets the bucket underneath, and Ferris proved to be too much in this one. Here's Scaife again. He's their big-time player. Connects with Sam Markin. Three-ball, corner pocket, good. Ferris runs away with this one, 62-46. Dylan Scaife led the way with 18 points for Ferris in the victory.
Well, the Ridgeline and Ferris girls also going head-to-head. Ferris with the ball. Kayla Jones scores for the Saxons here. A little off the back foot, but Ferris with the ball again, and guess who? Kayla Jones at it again. Ridgeline's turn on this next possession. It's going to be Morgan Espinsa Kelly throws the pass down low to Madeline Cawley for the bucket. That's good to go. And Ferris's Abby Colton with the great finish right here. Just going to drive into the basket. Yep, going one-on-one. Yes, somehow goes in as the Saxons hang on for the victory. 50-43 is the final. Kayla Jones had 17 points for the Saxons. Ridgeline drops to 1-4 in league play.
Yeah, so Ferris, they've got some good teams over there. Pretty solid teams, specifically the boys team, who has now won 2 straight games this week in GSL standing. So huge games for them.
And they've had a pretty good team historically there. You know, you can't keep them down for too long, you know. So, you know, a lot of games maybe not as close as the Gonzaga game last night, but still some pretty quality play.
And just like the game last night, maybe much to the dismay of some Gonzaga fans. Great plays still on that, like that Anton Watson dunk. Yeah. We're also going to have great plays coming up after the break here, where our top plays from the evening of Friday Night Sports Extra returns. You're not going to want to miss it. Stay with us.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Carpet Barn.
You two want to know the sex of the baby?
Yes.
No.
Monday, the good doctor makes a stunning return.
There is a thinning area on your uterine wall. It sounds bad.
If it progresses, we would lose the baby.
We'll use an emergency surgery.
Oh, you can't come in. Mia would want me in there. I need to fix it.
I will come back and get you, I promise.
The Good Doctor returns Monday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Nothing adds more elegance or transforms a room better than the luxurious look of engineered hardwood or laminate flooring from the experts at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop for wood.
If you're remodeling or redecorating, come check out our selection of moisture-resistant laminates with great discounts on all moldings, so you can give your home, office, or cabin a new look in the new year.
Windsor Plywood.
With 2 locations in Spokane.
Let's wave the flag together. Hello, I'm Mark Peterson with 4 News Now, presenting the Great American Flag Swap. Bring your old tattered flag to Dave Smith in Kellogg, Idaho on January 25th, and in exchange, you'll receive a new American-made flag from Uncle Sam's Flag and Gift.
Dave Smith Motors has been serving the local community for over 50 years, and we're proud to support the Great American Flag Swap. If you've visited our dealership in the Silver Valley, you know how much we value our country and its national symbol of freedom. Dave Smith Motors, honoring our veterans and all who serve.
Are you feeling the heat? Well, not yet, but don't wait until you're melting to get your air conditioning up and running. Sturm Heating and Air Conditioning is here to help you get ahead of schedule and save money while doing it. From now until the end of January, we're offering 30% off air conditioning, add-ons, or replacements. Trust the professionals at Sturm Heating and Air Conditioning to keep you comfortable all year round. Don't let the heat get the best of you. Call us today at 509-325-4505 to schedule your appointment and beat the heat before it's too late.
Welcome back to Friday Night Sports Extra. Julian Minnesone here alongside Alex Crescenti. Alex, this is the time of the show we all look forward to.
Favorite time of the show here. This
Top plays. We go from 3-2 down to 1. Last week, the first week of the show, for the Hoops edition at least, a lot of great stuff.
Yeah.
But tonight was just as good.
I would agree with that one here. Play of the week number 3 belongs to Shadle Park's Jacob Boston. Peep the in-and-out crossover. Hits the jumper and won mixtape status. Boston had a nice play, but Shadle Park falls to West Valley by 20.
Yeah, 68-48 is the final on that one. Yeah, nice move. Love the handles. Play number 2 also goes to Shadle Park, though. This time on the girls' side, Shadle Park with the steal. And watch the play by Tamira Thompson. Chases the ball down, finishes through the contact, the hand-eye coordination, and the foul. Well, she made it look easy as we take another look at it, but
way to stop your momentum there and control your body that way. Yeah, not easy to do.
Guarantee you that is not easy. Shadle Park girls also got the win over West Valley. 58-42 is the final in that. And Alex, you have the top place, sir. Take it away.
That's right. Play of the week at number 1, Julian. I think we're going to see this team a lot on this list here. Colton Mitchell's going to throw the deep pass to Reese Strawn, who finds Blake Buchanan for the alley-oop dunk. Now, we were watching this game throughout the evening, and they were trying this kind of play all night long. A couple missed tomahawk dunks there by Buchanan, but this dude is for real. It's just a cheat code, really, especially out there. It won't be the last time that we see Mr. Buchanan in the top plays, I got a feeling.
And I love the Kevin Love style outlet pass right there.
It's just, I mean, look at that. It's just, I can watch that over and over again. I think I've watched it 100 times already tonight.
Yeah, there are going to be a tough team when it comes to the state tournament. All right, so those are your top plays, but we'll have more coverage of Friday Night Sports Extra when we return.
Who will be nominated? Now Tuesday, live on GMA. The Oscar nominations are revealed. No one does Oscar like Good Morning America. Tuesday morning on ABC.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
The Floor Trader Outlet Deflation Sale going on now. LVP flooring, laminate, and tile at the lowest prices in over 2 years. Over 200 flooring and tile options in stock and ready for you to take home. The Floor Trader Outlet's Deflation Sale.
It's where the Northwest saves on flooring.
Corner of Division and Francis.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
This new year, Walker's Furniture and Drew Timmy are teaming up with the help of KXLY to give some person or family in need the gift of a better night's sleep.
My favorite color is purple.
Just go to KXLY.com and nominate the person or family who could use a new mattress. And on January 25th, we'll announce the winner.
Thank you, KXLY, for helping Walker's Furniture and myself spread the word for this great cause. Together, we can make a difference.
STA is a great place to work for a few different reasons. There are definitely a lot of opportunities here at STA, no matter where you start at. There's always opportunities for advancement, things to help you move from one position to the next.
All the departments here, paratransit, fixed route, we all work together to help the community, and that's why I like to work here.
Floor Trader Outlet Deflation Sale going on now. LVP flooring, laminate, and tile at the lowest prices in over 2 years. Over 200 flooring and tile options in stock and ready for you to take home. The Floor Trader Outlet's Deflation Sale.
It's where the Northwest saves on flooring.
Corner of Division and Francis.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
So Washington State women's basketball, they lose to USC tonight. They'll get another opportunity over the weekend against UCLA to try to help their tournament case. They were last 4 in, maybe potentially on the bubble now. So we'll see if they can get some top 25 votes if they do that. But everyone is still talking about that loss that happened at McCarthy Athletic Center last night. Gonzaga's 75-game home win streak come to an end to LMU, but they have a chance to start a new streak tomorrow against Pacific. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, probably out of a #1 seed in the NCAA tournament at this point, but never say never with this team. It's just going to be a long road ahead if they want to make a deep run into the tournament. And also, the women do play St. Mary's tomorrow afternoon. You heard it here. You'll see this guy tomorrow at 4:30. But for now, Friday Night Sports Extra, that'll do it. We'll see you guys same time next week.